That's weird. That's weird. Kind of weirding me out.
You are a sad, strange little man.
Crazy. This is crazy. Isn't that weird?
That's weird, man.
It's strange.
Welcome back, campers. I'm your camp counselor, Alex Tobin.
And I'm your other camp counselor, David Stokes.
And we're here to spit that hot flame fire of scary stories in your ear holes.
Yup, we're here to spook ya. Hopefully,
to
get you a little chills down the neck.
Spooky and spack ya.
Yup.
So, David, you had something cooking for me. You said that you wanted to take control of this intro. You're very mysterious over there behind your computer screen. So
I got really excited. We were talking about in your living room maybe building our own little kind of set for recording.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, various things that we can put on the wall or keep around us. And as I've mentioned before, I love haunted dolls.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided to go on eBay and take a few pictures I opened a few tabs. And so I wanted to maybe share some pictures and read some descriptions.
No fucking way.
Of some of these. And
okay, can I ask you this first? Is this in our price range?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's all I really want to know.
Oh, to be honest, most haunted dolls are very cheap.
Okay.
Because nobody wants them.
I love a nice haunted doll.
So for our first haunted doll, we got the title. It says, Evil Musical Haunted Spirit Doll, in quotes, Harmony.
I'm already laughing.
Sat on Devil's Chair, Loves Spells. Has 1 view per hour. She's sitting at $45.
Loves spaghetti. Is spas or spaghetti? What does she love? Spells.
Spells.
Oh, okay.
And so the best way for me to do this, instead of like picking up my laptop and turning around, because Alex and I are facing each other now, I'm just going to take a picture like this and I'm going to show it to him. So
she's pretty.
This is Harmony. It looks like she might come with her own little skeleton.
She looks very Victorian era. She has a nice maroon dress.
Yes.
Very chubby cheeks, porcelain face, 2 pigtails, and a couple of tap dancing shoes. She's the music doll, correct?
Yes.
I don't like the name Harmony that much.
No.
Because it's too on the nose for me. I get it. She's a musical doll, Harmony. I get it. I get it. Okay. But the thing is, I want a little bit more character behind her name,
Yeah, it's kind of a gimme. I'm gonna go ahead. Do you want me to start saving these pictures that we can put on later for people to really get a good view of this?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and save that as Harmony on my desktop.
Save it on your screenshot. I'll post it on Instagram. We'll have like a little flip book.
I don't know. I'd rather have high def and not just the Snapchat that I can take pictures and delete quickly.
Okay, fair.
So maybe I didn't really read into it advanced. So let's read a little bit about Harmony herself.
Every time I hear.
So this is from where's the seller name? Her name is Alyssa with a bunch of numbers, so nothing too spooky.
Okay.
But this opening sentence for the description is great. Continuing to part with more of my haunted objects collection. So
she has
clearing house,
plethora of haunted shit.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Where do we even want to? She can't wait to sing for you. Harmony is a special haunted doll. She spreads evil vibes everywhere she goes. She plays the sweet song, "What the World Needs Now."
I don't know that song.
What the world needs now.
Is that the Beatles? Oh, it's
Probably.
Love, Sweet Love.
I'm assuming that's it.
Love.
Was that in Austin Powers?
Yeah, it's Burt Bacharach.
I have no idea. I didn't know the song until I read it, and I was kind of like, oh yeah, I know that song.
So that sings Burt Bacharach. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So there's a lot to read here. I'm not going to read all of it, especially because I didn't read it beforehand. So
it also seems weird that she's a spooky doll who's singing a lot, because she sings "When the World Needs Love," but she's evil. She's very evil, apparently. So
yes. So the next one I want to pull up is, I really clicked on this one completely off of the photo, because this photo is probably one of the best things I've ever seen in my entire life. And so this one is titled Wicca Priestess Evil Voodoo Doll Karen Haunted Active Paranormal Dark Arts. And like the last
She's
one.
Karen, I'm guessing.
Yes, like the last one. 1 view per hour. This one is $20.99.
Are you the viewer?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
That's probably pretty realistic. And holy shit, this is one of the most god awful description things I've ever seen, and I don't know if it's even talking about this doll. Now that I'm looking at it,
New Ford Fiesta, 2008. I think she put the wrong description.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is in bold red out of everything else, so I'm going to read this. This is an all-purpose voodoo doll used for love, wealth, and good luck, revenge, or anything else.
Okay, so she's a little bit of everything, you know?
So that's very confusing because this is used for love, wealth, good luck, and then it's like fucking revenge or anything else. Like,
Yeah.
why don't you just say this doll is used for anything if you're going to put anything else at the end of that?
She wanted to tell you what you can use it for. If there's some first voodoo users out there, she's like, fuck, I like want somebody to fall in love with me, and then, like that person's like, I'm not really interested in them, but I have a fucking bunch of revenge hate.
This is
Still use it.
okay. This is the reason why I clicked on this one is completely because of this photo I'm about
I gotta
to show
see
you.
this.
This is the best.
Okay, wait, let me see this. Yo, what the fuck is that? wait. Is that a Slim Jim? wait, what the fuck?
Its body is piercingly bright red.
It's bright red.
It's got a very good garb that looks like it has
It looks like
grapefruit on it.
It looks like it has a little bit of a floral fruit vegetable shirt going, and then it looks like it has Chinese finger trap pattern in the legs. You see that shit? I thought it had 2 Chinese finger traps. Wait, it looks like let me
Patrick Star.
I mean, you could definitely
A sunburnt Patrick Star.
You could definitely say it looks like a starfish for sure.
Yeah, so the doll itself is ridiculous looking, and it's not just the doll itself, but the picture, the doll's laying down on what seems to be a blanket of a bighorn sheep, and then there is a toy of a tarantula, a black candle, 5 pins, and 3 different skulls.
For any of my old heads out, was that a beeping? Hear that? Anyway, did you, for any of my old heads out there, it honestly looks like, you know what Toe Jam and Earl is?
Yeah,
the
100%.
video game?
Yeah, it does.
It looks like
Toe
Toe Jam. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at that shit. Toe Jam.
Yeah, no, it kind of looks like Toe Jam.
That's Toe Jam. Oh my god, there's like I hit the mic.
God.
Fuck.
This is why I didn't want to pick up the laptop.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm buzzing.
So yeah, so that was our Wicca. So our next beautiful boy.
I'm seriously considering that hot dog of a doll.
It's good, but wait until you see this guy.
Okay, I do want a classic doll though. I don't want some like.
Oh,
fucking
you want
makeshift.
classic? This is classic.
You could tell that lady's just doing it for profit right now.
Yes,
because that honestly took $1 to make.
Yeah. So this sweet baby boy, I'm gonna read the title, and it is Haunted Porcelain Paranormal Baby Doll Gary. Child spirit loves outdoors. Active in all capitals. Active.
Okay.
So this sweet little baby boy.
I'm already loving the name. Gary is really good.
Great name for a child. He's sitting at $29.99. 0 bids. There's 1 day left. Condition blank.
Wait, what?
Being sold by Selling Treasures 7.
Okay.
98.5% positive feedback. So our sweet little baby boy, Gary. All right, let's read some of this. So this says, meet Gary. Gary grew up in the country and loved to do all the things that his dad did. He's a real daddy's boy.
Yeah, he is.
Gary especially loved when hunting season came around. Him and his dad would get up extra early before anyone else. Very almost mischievous in this way.
Ooh, okay.
And
do they have a license? Is that why they had to get up early?
I would hope so. They would leave the house and go to their favorite country store and eat breakfast.
Oh, big breakfast boys too. You know the
biker boys outside.
I hear the biker boys too, but like that's what I really love because I love breakfast. Gary could have breakfast with me, especially if he stays here on a shelf or something we put in. Oh my god!
Hold on, this gets so much better.
Okay.
They would meet up with their friends. They had the best of time hanging out in the woods and bonding. Unfortunately, when Gary was only 14, he was hit by a stray bullet and killed.
Wait, hold up for a second. Is that guy still going with his fucking car?
I don't know what's going on outside.
Anyway.
So if you're hearing that feedback, we don't know what's going on.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But yeah, so long story
if you're hearing
short,
feedback, that's the least of your problems. Gary's getting hit by stray bullets, okay?
and now he's stuck in this sweet little baby boy porcelain doll with a little, almost a Justin Bieber haircut and a sideways hat. So I'm not going to go any further because that's the funniest part. Now I'm going to show you the photo of Gary.
I have to see Gary. Oh, okay. This
Look
is
at that styling little hat.
No. Honestly, this is the first one I'm like genuinely creeped out about. I don't like that shit.
It gets worse. It gets worse. Here's a picture of him standing, and he's got some very slim legs. Skipping leg day.
Oh, where's his legs? It looks like he's fucking doing the Fortnite dance where you crouch down and you do this thing. You know this thing right here where you go like
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's doing that.
yeah. No,
I don't know what that's called, but fuck, man.
Yeah, that's Gary for you.
Poor Gare Bear.
And there's one more I wanted to cover real quick, and there's a lot going on in this photo. This isn't just a downright classic haunted doll. So this is titled "A Haunted, Creepy Horror Porcelain Doll." You know, it's weird. They all kind of start the same way. They're different sellers. Okay, haunted, creepy horror porcelain art doll Molly, all capitals, scary Halloween prop Owak.
Oh, I don't know.
Lolita?
I don't know about Owak.
OOAK, all capitals. I don't know if that's an acronym.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, so this has a short description. Terrify your friends, children, and yourself with this one-of-a-kind...
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Hold on.
Hold on.
Do you love fucking with kids?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get through this. Terrify your friends, children, and yourself with this one-of-a-kind custom doll. Her name is Molly. She once belonged to a very disturbed little girl. The little girl happened upon a lost book of shadows, fascinated by magic without knowledge of it and its consequences. The little girl cast spell after spell on Molly. Things didn't turn out so well for the little girl and her family. But thankfully, Molly was able to find her way to me, and now we're looking for her forever haunt. Serious inquires only.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
Serious inquires. Okay,
So,
let me see that picture.
I'm going to also say, look at the doll,
Mm-hmm.
and then look at the hand holding the doll. It appears this doll has a black eye of some sort.
wait, it's missing a fucking eye.
I don't... Is it missing an eye? Or no, it's missing an eye.
Let me see this shit. Does she have a tattoo on her wrist?
It looks like it's a Jesus fish tattoo on her wrist,
It
which
looks
is
like an infinity sign. Did they put blood in her fucking eye hole?
and her hands. It appears.
Oh my god, okay, here's the problem I have with this description.
Yeah.
She knows too much about intimate details of this little girl that there's no way that she should have known. Where she's like, she casts spell after spell. It's like she's becoming an author rather than like somebody, like a historian who's like, Gary obviously got hit by a stray bullet. That's common knowledge.
Everybody knows that about
Everybody
Gary.
in the town knew about Gary getting hit by a stray bullet. They even knew about him getting up early with his father to go hunting.
And going to their favorite breakfast spot.
Exactly. But there's no way that she could have known that this little girl, like, they're overhyping the doll. How much was that doll, by the way?
That doll was, I think, $35.
Okay, Gary's 20.
Do we get 35? Yeah. Do we buy Gary?
Buy Gary right now.
I'm gonna place a bid. We got one day.
How do you feel about Gary?
I love Gary.
I like Gary a lot.
I love Gary.
He's the only one that really creeped me out because he actually, like, I want a little creepy, but the thing is, he sounds nice.
He sounds like a cool dude. As long as you leave him outside, he's gonna be tight.
Well, that's the thing. Well, we don't live outside, so that's a little scary for me, but, like, that's a little Gary for me.
Little Gary.
But, I mean, I could definitely take him on some walks with me.
Yeah.
Be the social pariah of the neighborhood. You see that guy with the doll walking around? Yeah,
Was that
I saw
Gary?
that guy. The doll has no, like, thin-ass legs. Yeah, I know. So, I mean, I say we place a bid on Gary. I'm all in on Gary. I want to make him his own shelf, obviously.
Yeah, I'm trying to buy him. I'm running into some difficulty saying, for security reasons, you've temporarily locked your account. It's probably because they don't think I've only bought one thing on eBay, and it was a sports jersey.
I can buy
and
it.
The next thing I'm buying is a haunted doll. They're like, let's lock this guy's account. This is not him buying this.
Okay. Well, I could, when we take the break for a second, I could buy Gary, and then we could come back for, like, a split second, and then I could tell you if it was successful or Gary is blocking it because he does not want to come here because he wants to go back to
The woods.
Yeah, where do you think he's from? Where's Big Hunting? Maybe like you say Montana. Maybe
Montana,
we could bring
Idaho?
it, Big Sky.
Ooh,
country.
I can sneak. I'm going to Montana for Thanksgiving. I can sneak
Bring
them in
him
my
home.
backpack.
Bring him home. Yeah.
Yeah, be
I mean,
great
I don't know
idea.
if we want him on a plane though. Gives
I'll
a little
check him.
Weird juju.
I'll check his own. I'll get a little.
He's still gonna be on the plane, just underneath
yeah,
the plane.
Maybe I'll see if I can check him in for a later flight inside of a Pelican case that's locked.
Just paint the inside of the case with like a nice rural landscape, and just make him think he's outside.
Line it with salt.
That's a thing. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I think that's a thing.
Yeah, just fill the whole fucking case up with salt.
Yeah, really salt.
Airport
that bitch.
security never thinks that's weird.
I'm just so excited to have Gary with us for all of our recordings.
Yeah, so, okay, let's take a break right now, and then we'll let you know if the Gary adoption
It's an adoption.
is successful.
We're two fathers looking for a young little Gary boy to take hunting.
So, we'll get back to you in 1 second.
And we are back, and we have placed a bet.
Placed a bid.
Bid.
So, we placed a bid on Gary right now, and what I didn't know, did you say he was 14 years old when he got hit with that stray bullet?
Was he? Yeah, 14.
So he's a 14-year-old boy, and also in the description it says that she acquired all of her dolls from a estate of a very powerful witch named Ruth.
I mean, where else they come from?
Yeah,
Sweet
so,
baby Ruth.
I mean, sweet baby Ruth, baby Ruth. That's a Goonies reference for anybody out there. That's a little bit.
Oh,
of
I was thinking
Sloth.
I was thinking Caddyshack.
No, that's Sloth from Goonies.
Yeah, but remember in Caddyshack?
Yeah, where he eats the turd out of the pool.
Oh, there's a baby Ruth.
Yeah. So we put in a bid. The bid will be over. The auction will be over by the time you guys listen to this, so you can't steal Gary from us.
Ha ha, fuckers.
And once we get Gary, we will post an update on him. And
We're gonna have so many photos with Gary.
he has a nice turtleneck.
He's a swaggy little dude.
I like him.
Swaggy G.
I'm kind of upset that he got hit with a bullet. But
I kind of feel like we should get him a little Camp Strange t-shirt to put on.
I don't think they make him that tiny.
We will.
Oh my god. Anyway, okay, let's just try to get into these stories right now, right?
Yep.
Is that the next thing we're doing?
Yep.
Okay.
Lead us.
So I will start. So today I am here to tell you about a man by the name of Frane Selak, the world's luckiest / unluckiest man.
Okay.
So Frane was born June 14th, 1929, making him 89 years old as of 2018, and lived in a small town in Croatia where he taught music. Just a nice music teacher. Music teachers are always like really nice for some reason. Like,
bullshit.
okay, I take that back. There are like music teachers who beat the shit out of your knuckles with a ruler and stuff like that. But
I had a music teacher kick me out of class because I sneezed.
okay, I take that back. He or she sounds like an asshole. So yeah, sneezing is just argued to be a musical instrument in itself. So
It might have been because I sneezed into her mouth.
and then uppercutted her. But I mean,
Well, it was more like a sneeze headbutt.
okay. So I broke her nose and
I got 4 of her teeth.
oh. Okay, that's done. So, Frane didn't travel much, but little did he know that the few times he would try to travel would end up being the most bizarre and memorable moments of his life. Ooh, I bet you're like, what's going on here?
Ooh.
Like I
What
said,
are you cooking up?
Like I said, he was the luckiest / unluckiest man to ever live. So the first incident happened in 1961. The 32-year-old Frane was traveling from I can never pronounce this right. Sarajevo to Dubrovnik via train. So I always pronounce those cities wrong.
Boy, we're going to have a lot of really bad...
No. Those are like the
'cause
only two.
Mine's in Germany, so there's going to be a lot of bad...
Okay. So Sarajevo
Woof.
to Dubrovnik via train. When a fault with the line caused the train to jump the track and plunge into the freezing river below. While other passengers were killed in the crash or drowned in the sinking wreckage, Suffering a broken arm and hypothermia, Frane managed to escape and swim to shore. I mean, just imagine that. Like,
Swim with a broken arm, fuck that.
I mean, that's not like he probably had adrenaline going through his system, but
True.
like, it's the middle of winter and you crash a train off a track into a river. I mean, I think about that stuff all the time because that stuff, the trains come off the tracks a lot in like third world countries and stuff like that. Like, if you watch Anthony Bourdain stuff, like No Reservations, when he's like in the middle of like rural, like, I don't want to say China. I don't know where he is.
I don't think Croatia's that... Like, Croatia's a nice place. I don't think that's...
Well, I mean, this was also... What year was this? 1929.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just saying, like I've seen, like, railroads and stuff like that, like, the shitty ones, and 1929 couldn't be that great. And they're shaky as shit. So,
yeah.
So he managed to escape, broken arm, hypothermia, but he was alive. The following year, this is fucking nuts. So the following year, Frane was informed that his mother was severely ill and that he needed to see her before her health declined any further. Frane knew the fastest way to get to her was airplane, but Frane had never flown before, making him second guess this decision. So just this, I side with Frane on this. I don't like flying that much. I will fly, but
I hate it.
If I could get distracted during the flight, I'm a little bit better. But I'm slowly getting better at it.
I just don't fit on airplanes, and I hate going through security. Everything about
well, I'm only 5'8", so I fit nicely on an airplane.
I hate
it. So Frane thought about the choice, but decided that time was of the essence, and decided to set aside his fear and go see his mama. So Frane bought a ticket immediately, but unfortunately, the earliest flight out was completely booked. So Frane surprisingly convinced the airline to let him on the plane due to the timely circumstances, which is very nice.
You guys got standing room?
Exactly. No, seriously, there were no more seats left. Since there were no more seats left, he was forced to sit in the plane's rear with the flight attendants.
Yeah, I would do that.
I would do it too, but there's probably only 2 chairs back there for like 2 flight attendants.
Shit, I would help him serve drinks.
I mean,
you want peanuts? Who want peanuts? You want peanuts?
That's the thing where like I would gladly do that because it would distract me enough to
yeah.
And I get to walk around, not have like such a rigor mortis set into my legs,
Yeah.
So while traveling aboard the small plane bound to here's another one, Rijeka. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounded good. A
It's
little
close
roll.
enough. Yeah,
I like
a
it.
little roll in there. While he was flying to Rijeka, disaster struck mid-flight. Mm-hmm. Both engines stopped working, cabin pressure dropped, and the plane began losing altitude.
Fuck yeah.
All of Frane's fears were coming true. But just when Frane thought he would die in a fiery plane crash, a malfunctioning door blew off. And Frane was sucked out of the aircraft, now looking to finally fulfill his dream of being a pancake. I wrote that.
You like that?
I wrote that in there.
Okay.
So
I'm assuming he doesn't have a parachute.
He does not have a parachute because he even wrote a quote. Like, they interviewed him and he said, 1 minute we were drinking tea, and the next the door was ripped open and the flight attendant was sucked into midair, followed shortly by me. So the flight attendant got sucked out.
Okay, so multiple people.
And then he got sucked out. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the door was only, there's one in the back of the plane, one in the front.
For
there's
sure.
sides, but
Yeah.
the one in the back of the plane, that door flew off. So him and the other flight attendant were the only ones back there.
Yeah.
She got sucked out. He got sucked out.
Yeah.
So,
Well, just to stop you real quick.
yeah.
You know it's like physically impossible to open a plane door while it's in flight. Mm-hmm. Like the pure, like it's like not a lot of people know, like realize that, but like the pure force of like trying to open it and like the suction, like it's impossible. Like I think you'd have to be able to like lift like a couple tons.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like the plane, the doors open. I'm trying to say this without showing you. The doors open against the wind.
Yeah.
Correct? So, planes are going...
Well, it's not... I don't even think it's just that. I think it's just like...
Just the suction and the air pressure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It would take
let alone...
12 gorillas to open it. We're going back to a nature show. Throwback to episode 1.
Did it actually say 12 gorillas?
No, I made that up.
Oh, but like, you ever try opening your car door when you're kind of like going fast and you're like,
All the time.
No, but you joke around and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get out of the car, and someone's like, what the fuck are you doing? And you like open your car door a little bit, and it's like, or like you go to like, it's not closed all the way, and you go to open it a little bit and then shut it again, and it's like really, really hard to open.
There's some shit going down outside.
Yeah, what's going on? We got choppers, we got bikers, we got amber lampses, we got.
Oh, it's probably the next Fast and Furious.
Oh.
Shit, does that mean the Rock's in the neighborhood? We need to lay low.
We need to fucking lock the doors. We need to fucking lock the doors. Okay. We're back.
We're locked up.
We're back.
The Rock's ain't getting in.
Nope, he's not.
Definitely not through that window.
Not through our wooden door, which you could easily headbutt.
Or that giant, thin window.
So, tumbling through the air without a parachute, Frane saw the plane crash into the side of the hill in a ball of fire, killing all 19 on board. So, the plane crashed into the side of the hill.
Yeah.
All 19 dead.
So the guy that gets sucked out is the one that doesn't die.
We'll see. So, I put my headphones on backwards, so I had to switch my headphones. So, Frane saw the ground getting closer and closer, and with a thud, Frane hit the ground at a tremendous speed. But for some reason, he was still alive.
Well, they say it's the loss of oxygen that kills you, not the smush.
Not the impact of hitting the floor.
Yeah, it's not the impact; it's the loss of oxygen.
Well, I have to disagree with you on that. A lot of people say that you pass out before you hit the ground because you're so scared.
No, it's because of the loss of oxygen. You can't breathe when you're going that fast.
Okay, well, also maybe fear, because intense fear can also make you pass out.
Can I guess he hit a fat new mountain of POW?
What's POW?
Powder, dog. Wait, you
Oh.
don't shred the hills?
You were close.
Pow.
Apparently, Frane managed to land in a haystack and survived with only minor injuries.
A little whiplash.
Shout out Haystack Landing.
Yeah, people need to give Haystack way more credit.
Yeah, saving Frane and cursing my hometown. So he survived that, which is fucking.
That's insane.
That's some Assassin's Creed bullshit right there.
Yeah, jumping off a. Yeah. That's
jumping off the side of a
ridiculous.
building, landing in a bale of hay, getting out, walking away.
Yeah.
So another 2 years went by before Frane's next brush with death. This time, while traveling by bus, ice on the road caused the wheels to lock up and the vehicle skidded through the safety guard and into the valley below. 4 passengers were killed, but not Frane. He left the crash with only minor scrapes and bruises. So let's go over this really quick.
Is this what that Bruce Willis movie's about?
Unbreakable? Honestly, fuck, man. So let's go over this real quick. Just to recap. Train, check.
Yep.
Airplane, check. Bus, check. What do you think's next?
Motorcycle?
No.
Moped?
Frane is not no James Dean leather jacket wearing pretty boy on a motorcycle.
Skateboard?
He's a
Rollerblades?
Let's
Razor scooter? Bird scooter?
It's going to be a car.
Walking? Oh.
So at this point, Frane had a mistrust for anything not driven by him. So he decided to stay away from public transportation and stick to driving himself places. Smart move, Frane. But fate wasn't done with Frane yet.
Never.
In 1970, his car engine burst into flames, but Frane was able to jump free before it exploded.
That's sick.
Then, just 3 years later, in 1973, still driving, that was a fluke, right?
Yeah.
The jet fuel pump in his car ruptured, causing
Sorry, did you say jet fuel? I don't think there's jet fuel in cars.
No wonder he's buying shitty cars or fast cars.
He's just driving jets on the street.
I didn't mean to say jet fuel. Why did I say jet fuel?
Because it melts
steel beams. No, okay. The fuel pump in his new jet-fueled car. I'm just picturing he's like I can just picture him at the gas station filling his car up with a red canister of jet fuel, and the guy's like, I wouldn't be doing that if I were you. He's like, it's a Miata. I can do whatever I want. So, Frane is Frane.
He's huffing jet fuel.
So Frane. Oh, now I lost my.
None of this
fucking
ever
place.
happened.
God damn it.
He's just huffing
Here
jet
it is.
fuel.
Okay, so Frane, he 3 years later, in 1973, the fuel pump, not jet fuel pump, the fuel pump. The fuel pump in his car ruptured, causing another engine fire. But this time, the flames are blown straight at him through the air vents. Needless to say, Frane survived.
Yeah, why wouldn't he? Fuck it.
So, I mean, he might have singed some mustache hairs, but
God's sitting up there like, yeah, fuck it. Let's keep this guy alive, huh?
Someone's like, oh, you want to turn the heater on? How about this motherfucker? Boom!
Get your hot dogs ready.
So, yeah, he got some straight fire blowing at him. So that must have been pretty scary.
We're awesome.
But at this point, Frane's... I wrote, at this point, Frane's like, fuck.
Yo, friends like fuck.
So I wrote, at this point, Frane's like, fuck this, I'm walking now.
Yeah.
But in 1995,
His shoes caught on fire.
he was hit by a bus while crossing the street. Once again, Frane survived.
Honestly, he got it fixed his back. He kind of blew out after the plane thing.
Honestly?
And he hadn't felt better in years.
Yeah, the haystack really fucks up your back. So he got hit by a bus, which is, God fucking Frane. God, you'd think this man would be a little bit more careful at this point, at least just like of his surroundings. But maybe that bus was going fast. He thought he had the walk sign. Frane, it's okay. You've been through enough. I'm not going to blame you. So Frane, now just being fed up, was probably like, well, I guess I'll go back driving. At least I'll have metal between me and the next bus. And Frane was right about there being a next bus, but wrong about the car helping him. Because in 1996, now 67 years old, a careless truck driver forced him off the side of a mountain road. His car plunged 300 feet and exploded in a ball of flames down below. So how did Frane survive this?
Oh my god.
How did he survive this? Frane wasn't in the car, having somehow jumped out of the window since he wasn't wearing his fucking seatbelt. You didn't think Frane would learn at this point, but actually...
No, at this point, what's the point?
It's true. Actually, him not wearing his seatbelt... Okay, do not quote me on this, okay? Everybody wear their seatbelt. But in this particular incident, if you live in Croatia and your name is Frane and you're 67 years old, you don't have to wear your seatbelt because it's going to save your life. Because apparently he wasn't wearing his seatbelt and he was found clinging to a tree on the side of the mountain because he jumped out of the window as the car was going over.
So he got hit, then jumped.
And he got like shoved off the side of the road by a bus.
Yeah.
And as he was going off through the guardrail off the side of the mountain, he jumped from the car out of the window.
This guy's got Jedi-like reflexes.
He's 67 too.
Spry.
And he was grabbing onto a tree on the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
Which is just reminds me of that I wrote Black Sheep reference. Do you remember? Have you ever seen Black Sheep with Chris Farley?
Unfortunately.
You didn't like that movie?
I mean, it was the worst Chris Farley movie probably, but...
I mean, he only has like 4 movies, but I mean...
Yeah.
Coneheads, Dirty Work, Tom...
He wasn't in Coneheads.
Yeah, he was.
Was he?
He was the daughter's prom date.
Okay, he was a minor role,
Well,
right?
I mean, so was he in Dirty Work, but like, what movies did he have a major role? Only Tommy Boy and Black Sheep.
And then,
did he have
Almost Heroes.
Oh my god, I love that movie with Matthew Perry.
Such a good
Oh
movie.
my fucking god, that movie's so good.
Yeah.
Bidwell, where he's holding up his ear.
Eugene Levy's in it too.
Oh my god, where he's like, he's like the...
Got a mustache.
Oh, don't you stop. He's like the Frenchman or
He's
whatever.
like the most... No, I think he's a Spaniard.
He's a Spaniard?
Yeah.
He sounds French.
But he's like... That's like the most absurd Eugene Levy role he's ever taken on.
No, seriously, you cannot tell us Eugene Levy. If you guys have not seen Almost Heroes with Chris Farley and Matthew Perry, by far one of the most underrated comedies I've seen in a long time. It's basically about Chris Farley and Matthew Perry trying to beat Lewis and Clark to the Pacific Ocean.
It's so
good.
It's
incredible.
Yeah.
It's so good. Okay, but like I said, it reminds me of Chris Farley.
The ninja one.
Oh, Beverly Hills Ninja.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Okay, that one's really good too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Black Sheep was his worst movie.
But Black Sheep was still pretty good. Remember when he runs out on stage and he goes, "Kill Whitey"? That's God, it's so funny.
You know, I need to rewatch that one. I haven't seen that one.
Check it out, where he like slams his thumbs in the hood also. But there's that part where he's falling down the side of the cliff and he grabs a little tree and he's like, "Please, little trees, like be strong," and then it rips out of the ground. So that's what I was picturing for Frane over here. So at this point, Frane expressed that this is where it's kind of sad, but at this point, Frane expressed that many of his friends stopped seeing him, saying he was bad karma. People would
That's
also
not karma. That's luck.
I know, but like they don't want to be around him because they don't know like when he's gonna like he's just bad juju.
If anything, he has great karma because he keeps surviving all this shit.
True, but like he's the only one who fucking survives every time, so you don't want to hang out with him. So people would also find out that Frane would book a flight or train and they would cancel, which honestly wouldn't be a bad thing because you probably don't have someone. I wrote that. I said, which honestly wouldn't be a bad thing for Frane because there'd be nobody in the middle seat.
He gets a whole plane to himself.
Exactly. So and he's gonna survive it, even if the pilot and the co-pilot have a heart attack. But optimistically, Frane was not sad though. He was very optimistic. He stated, "I just know there will be no more accidents. I am going to enjoy my life now. I feel like I have been reborn. God has been watching over me all these years. The devil has moved on to torment someone else." Which ended up being very true in the end. Now, I tell you that Frane is the luckiest unlucky person ever, correct?
Slip on a banana peel?
No. Now Frane's story may have ended there, as since then Frane hasn't been involved in any other death-defying incident. However, there was one last twist to the man's incredible story. In 2003, at the ripe age of 73, Frane bought none other than a lottery ticket, his first one in 40 years. He ended up winning the jackpot of $1,110,000, and he bought a boat and 2 houses. But by 2010, ended up giving most of it away to friends and family, deciding to live a more modest lifestyle. Frane is still alive today to hold the title of luckiest, unlucky man to ever live.
Holy shit. So, not to like question your research, like you looked into it, like he is legitimately alive. Like this isn't an old article.
Oh my god! See, that's the thing. I definitely looked him up, and I was like,
"Yeah, you can't."
Every publication said that he's still alive.
Holy shit! Frane is the goat.
He is 80. Oh god, how much is he? He's fucking. Let me see. I think he's 89 now. 89 or 85.
Dude's
he's
a beast.
89 years old now.
Dude,
you want to see what he looks like real quick?
Of course.
I mean, he looks like a what you think an old Croatian man would look like, but he's a kind soul, you know?
Yeah, that guy's a badass.
He looks like he's seen some shit, and he looks. Oh, look, here's his winner.
Quit scooting the damn laptop around.
I'm sorry, he's holding his lottery tickets, and
wow,
yeah. So that was the story of Frane,
the fucking legend.
Frane, the unkillable. Put him in your army, you know?
Yeah.
So
ready to switch over to mine?
Yeah. God.
All right.
Frane, the people's champion.
We're gonna go from Croatia to Germany. Germany.
Frane. I don't rep Croatia, but I rep Frane.
Who's ready for more butchered German, eh? Huh?
I'm ready.
Well, we're gonna get right into it then, because
I keep looking at this fucking picture on my laptop of Gary, and I'm just so excited.
Oh, of Gary, not Fran. Okay.
No, Fran.
Frane.
Oh, what did I say, Fran?
Is it Frane? It's
Fuck,
Frane.
it's Frane.
Frane. I said Fran.
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
I did that to you.
I'm gonna look at pictures of Frane later.
Yeah, that's my
when
desktop.
You're not here.
Ooh. So my story takes place in. This is where the butchering comes in. I'm gonna try real hard on this one.
I'm not peeing. I'm pouring wine.
So, good lord. So this is in Hinterkaifeck.
Oh my god, Hinterkaifeck?
Oh yeah.
That's outside. I know that what that word means. That means outside Germany, right? That means in the woods.
No.
No?
It's a small farmstead in Germany, which is about 43 miles from Munich.
Ooh, wait. I think I've heard of Hinterkaifeck.
You might know the story.
Keep going.
So, sometime around March 1922, the Gruber family started to notice a lot of strange things happening around their farm.
Mm-hmm.
You know the story, so
I think I do know this story. Keep going.
And so the family would notice things like bizarre footprints that did not match anybody else in the family. So it's like, you've only got, I think it was 6 people on this farm,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty obvious when it's like, it's like that's not any of our sized feet. That's not our boots. Like you would notice something like that.
I was gonna say
like.
because 2 of them or 3 of them are probably children. One of them is you, the guy,
Yeah.
and one of them is your wife. And usually people who lurk around other people's houses are more or less men who are creepy as shit. So you're gonna notice another man's footprint.
Yeah.
And
So things would go missing, like keys, tools, like food, and sometimes depending on what it was, they would be returned to where they were. Obviously not the food, but like, like the keys would go missing, and they'd be like, "Where the fuck are the keys?" And then they would come back, and so
they're like, "Where's my apple?"
Well,
and they're
they'd
like,
be
"Oh
like-
wait, the apple's back, but there's a bite taken out of
you'd
it."
be like, well, no one's fessing up. Like, who touching Zaddy's keys? Was it you?
You wrote that down.
Who was it?
You wrote that down.
I did, in all capitals.
Do you think that they had like keys, or do you think they had like the types of keys, like keys that we have today, or do you think they had like the types
Skeleton
of
keys
that were 2 feet long and hung from your waistband and jingled and jangled and
This was 1922, so I have a feeling they were more like the old 3-inch skeleton keys.
locks are impressive back then.
Mm.
I don't even get how they work now.
Yeah, you don't.
I mean, I'm just glad we have them because the rock's out there and we're in here. Holy shit!
What is that?
Oh my god!
I think
Oh my god!
I think we're okay.
Okay, that was just a.
I saw a blur. He might have ran past us. I think he overshot us.
That was just a boulder that rolled by my house. That wasn't the rock.
It was a rock. Yeah, not Iraq.
No, not Iraq.
So what should have tipped the family off was earlier their maid who quit 6 months before things started to be weird, saying that she was saying that the house was haunted, hearing strange sounds, like bumping around upstairs in the attic and stuff like that, saying that there were ghosts.
That just sounds like a maid trying to get a raise.
Yep.
Classic maid. Oh, like, I can't work here. My
It's
ghost
haunted.
keeps...
So yeah, they fired her. And
like, you crazy bitch.
hey, worked out for her in the end. We'll get there.
Nope.
And so, it was strange stuff, but the Gruber family shrugged it off for the most part, which would eventually be a huge mistake for them.
You never want to shrug anything off, right?
Yeah, you gotta investigate.
You got to take it to heart.
Yeah. So this is where things get a little darker. So the night of March 31st into the morning of April 1st, 1922 would be the last night last night alive for the 6 people living in the house.
Spoiler, fuck.
Yeah.
Wait, so who are the 6 people living in the house? We got Daddy Gruber, we got Mommy Gruber, and we got...
Their widowed daughter.
Okay, so she's an older daughter.
Yeah, and her 2 children.
Okay.
Yeah, and then a maid.
Okay, well, she's not even in the Gruber family, but I guess she's kind of in the Gruber family.
But she's living, like she's the help, she's the hand, she's there.
You know what makes me mad is that a family living in Hinterkaifeck, Germany, with wooden floors and walls, and it's just like a shitty living situation. Probably not that great. Could afford a maid that lives with them, and I can't even afford that. Right?
Well, I feel like it could be also a thing that maybe, I don't know, I'm just speaking off the top of my head, but maybe it's something where like the maid herself or himself at the time, like they couldn't do anything, like they didn't have a place to live, so it's almost like we don't pay you that much, but you have a place to live while you help.
It's true.
That's kind of how I think of it.
I mean, that'd be the cool thing is like I could pay somebody like a little under minimum wage but I could also have them be like, well, you're not paying rent, you can sleep in my living room. And
exactly.
Like, okay.
And at the end of the day, it's like might not be that bad of a deal, really.
Yeah, depending on the person.
You take the fraction of how much you pay rent for out of your paycheck, and it's kind of like,
well, everybody knows it goes New York, or it goes San Francisco, New York, Hinterkaifeck for highest rent.
big time.
Yeah.
In 1922,
Yes.
for sure.
Still to this day, Hinterkaifeck is maybe surpassing San Francisco. They don't talk about it, but
It's impossible.
yeah.
So, being that it was 1922 and there were no survivors to this incident, most of this is speculation. There's no actual like solid evidence, just kind of like what they take note of. There's no footage. There's no.
It's all circumstantial and like what we think might have happened.
Yeah, purely off of investigation and seeing the scene of the crime.
Very what's his name? Why can't I think of his name? Sherlock Holmesy. Where
I
it's
was
like,
gonna say Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
no, not him. Sherlock Holmesy, where you're picking up a cigarette butt and being like, he must be
This-
5'2".
This smells of this region, and it must
yeah.
come from this, and the general height of those people are this, and
Exactly.
they typically have brown hair.
So there's nothing that you could bring to court, but it's something that like
Yeah.
may lead to something else,
yeah.
So
So let's get into it, huh? So that night, which we discussed earlier, a man, which couldn't be confirmed, but
men are creepy.
we're some creepy.
They're the most
guys.
murderous, I have to say.
for sure.
Women might have done. I'm not saying that women can't murder. I'm saying that you guys are probably a little bit more level-headed than us.
Yes. So that night, a man who had been secretly living in the attic of the house.
Ooh.
If you got an attic, go check it. Creeped down and brutally murdered the Gruber family, which included Andreas, who was like the I don't want to say the man of the house,
Papa?
the papa, his wife, his widowed daughter, his 2 grandchildren, and the maid.
Poor maid.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure actually the maid who got fired was her sister.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Where you're like, you're not even happy that you're alive. You're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Now you have like survivor's guilt.
Yep. And so the man used a mattock,
I don't know what that is.
which it's a tool
Wait.
which is half pickaxe, half axe. So I'm assuming it's your general axe, but instead of that flat side, there's like a really long
I'm looking it up
pickaxe
right
kind
now.
of thing.
Mattock, M-I-T-T? Or is it
Mattock.
O-C-K. Okay, Mattock. Oh, okay. This is the thing that you would see in a minor caricature. Like if you think of like
Okay.
an old, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, I can turn it around, but you already know.
Yeah.
It's what like a 49er, like the old 49er logo would look like they have. Like
Okay.
it's what you use in mines to like.
So is it?
Pick shit off the
well,
walls.
for the definition I saw, it said it was half axe, half pickaxe.
It-
So is one side like a flat
One
vertical?
side. Here, I'll show you right now.
Flat vertical?
That's what it looks like.
Oh, well, I feel like that's just a pick. Okay, well, I guess a pickaxe is a double side of the pointy edge.
Yeah, but that's
Okay.
like classic miner.
Yeah.
That's what you would think of like a caricature of a miner. That's what
So
kind of axe you
I feel like describing it as half axe is like more false. That's more of like almost a shovel end. I feel like it's not really an axe.
yeah. It's this is a really hard thing to describe.
It's horizontal, not vertical.
It's not a vertical axe. It's a horizontal axe with
a bend.
with a horizontal back end that goes to a point and then goes down. So I don't know.
So
It's-
it would-
just Google
one-
it.
so one-
Mattock.
One end would be pointy for breaking up the rock, and the other end is more flattened to kind of like dig it out.
Yeah, probably.
I'm pretty sure that's how they use it.
That just seems like.
So, after murdering the whole family and the help, the murderer hung out for a few days and kept the farm going, feeding the animals.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, and because when they came and investigated, they're like, well, the animals are well fed, but these bodies have been dead for days.
That's so weird.
It's a really weird thing.
I mean, it's
Maybe he had a romantic relationship with the cattle.
well. That's the thing. Animals are really innocent
True.
in themselves, so he could have been like have a begrudging thing, but he killed a baby, didn't he? There was a
I didn't
baby.
Get, I didn't get the ages. I just saw 2 grandchildren. I didn't want to look into ages because that's where things get sad.
Yeah, so
But you had to bring it up.
for what I.
So fuck you.
So from what I remember, that it is he killed a baby, which is super fucked up. But like that's the thing, like babies are innocent too. So I don't know why he would kill a baby and then feed the animals, but I don't know. He's psychotic. He's living in an attic with a mattock, listening to Lenny Kravitz, and
that didn't rhyme. You're
yes,
close.
it does.
Kravitz and attic.
Attic, mattock, had a habit of killing addicts.
Listening to Illmatic.
Okay. But Kravitz is close enough.
Greatest album of all time.
I'm more of a Lenny Kravitz guy. America woman,
I wanna fly away, run away.
I think you're peeking over there.
I'm always peeking. I'm gonna peek so hard.
He's got some good songs though.
Does he?
Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, good old Lenny.
Oh, Lenny Kravitz. He's half Jewish. You know that?
Was that a Jewish accent?
Am I gonna get in trouble?
You're Jewish though, so
I'm not Jewish. I did 23andMe. I'm not Jewish. I wanted to be Jewish because everybody thinks I'm Jewish. Drewish? She doesn't look Drewish. You know where that's from? No. Spaceballs. Anyway, okay, let's get back to the story.
Holy shit.
I'm not Jewish. I'm Italian, Irish.
I thought you celebrate Hanukkah.
I celebrate through spirit. I go over to Alex's house and I eat matzo ball soup with them and I read the Seder.
Okay, so you're a fake.
I'm a practicing Jew, but not a heritage Jew.
Well, l'chaim. My name's David, so I can pretend I'm Jewish for this, so we don't be offensive.
Well, I like your star.
Yeah, thank you. I made it myself.
There's 2 triangles upside down. One
It wasn't that hard. It's pretty cool though. So after people became suspicious of not seeing the Grubers, friends went to go check on them and found the bloody scene.
The Grubers making life-saving inventions out of household materials. I'm sorry, I had to say
You're having
it.
way too much fun with this family's death.
No, it's okay. You're right.
Mick Gruber, great movie.
It was 22 years ago. I mean, 22. It was in 22.
Yes.
22 years ago. What year is it?
Math is hard.
Oh my god, what year is it?
Is it 1944? I'm confused.
You can't drink alcohol.
Yeah, so after the investigation, it appeared that someone had made a comfortable living situation in the attic, and they could have been living there for like a very extended period of time.
That's very similar to like the person, you hear those horror stories of like, you go to bed and then like, oh, my peanut butter is like lower than I remember. It's like,
Yeah.
And then they find out that there's like a tiny woman living in your cupboard or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like,
They're shifting around.
that's except for this tiny woman comes out and murders you.
And your family and your maid.
Fuck me.
So, despite many arrests in the investigation, no one was ever charged with the murder. And it was, I think, in 2008 or something, or somewhere around that time, it was determined that it would be impossible to solve by now. Like, everything that happened like is expired. There's no way to like solve anything anymore. Like the stuff, the process,
the blood,
yeah,
if there's
it's
any
expired.
hair. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how many years ago was that? That's like almost close to 100 years old.
Yeah.
So I mean,
so what that would be 96 years old.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, that's like a John Mulaney.
I had the two subtract.
Well, John Mulaney made like a really funny point about that. Like detectives back in the day, they'd just be like, in order to catch somebody, you just have to be like, oh, did they leave a puddle of their own blood?
Oh, is that the Arrow one?
I don't remember, but like he's just talking about like leave a puddle of their own blood and then like their birth certificate and like you like there was no forensics, so you just had to literally like question people and then just hope that they left like a boot print and then like be like, you own these boots and it still might not be that guy. I don't know.
Yeah, a business card.
22 is like, wow, that's really old.
Yeah. But it's really crazy. We recently lost him, but this is only 2 years before Stanley's birth.
Really?
Yeah.
And
no, this was his birth year actually. No. 1922. He was born 1922.
Are you insinuating that Stan Lee?
So this was 95 years ago as an infant. Yeah.
Are you insinuating? Wow, that's pretty crazy to think that like he was that old. We both met him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a very nice guy.
Thanks to you, thanks to me.
Yeah, I got a job through a company that I met Stan Lee, and then I couldn't do the second part of the job, so David did that, and we both got to meet Stan Lee at this event, and he was super with it.
Oh, he was it was crazy how he was cracking off jokes like way faster than we could.
Yeah, exactly. He was super
awesome.
Super sharp, super kind and nice, and
probably one of the greatest people to ever live.
Yeah, it was really sad. He died. What was he, 95, 96?
95.
Yeah,
so he lived a good life.
He lived a very long life, and that's the one thing that I want is just like to keep my mental about me. And he was still able to walk around easily. The only thing he couldn't do is read or hear very well. So they had to keep like reading the script to him, and we had big cue cards printed out for him, and He was just like really funny though. He kept going like Excelsior
Yeah.
and like pointing off into the distance like for these photo shoots and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, "Hey, this funny thing that happened." They had him in front of this big white screen, and they're like, "Hey Stan, like we need pictures of you like pointing so we could like Photoshop things around you for like it was for Omaze." And
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, I could do that. And they're like, okay, like point off and then like say stuff, like say random things. And he's like, okay. And he's sitting there, he's like, oh wow. And you like point off in the distance, and like, okay, now do it again. He's like, golly gee.
Yeah.
And then you point off, and he's like, holy moly. And you just come up with like these new different like weird.
Oh, well, I mean, that's just like the crowd things every time Spider-Man would be swinging, you know, through New York.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Very like 1940s, 50s,
Yeah.
like exclamations.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was so funny. I was like sitting there, I was like, I mean, it didn't really hit me until like now to be like, oh shit, that was like Stan Lee who like created this whole.
Oh, yeah. He's
like,
like one of the greatest
universe.
minds.
Yeah.
It was
Him and another guy. I can't remember his name, but Kirby,
yeah.
something Kirby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Um,
That was
But
a little
yeah, no.
tangent. Sorry.
yeah, a little tangent. No,
Stan
yeah.
Lee killed his family. Okay.
Excelsior.
Excelsiax.
Jesus.
Oh, calm down.
Oh boy. Okay, that was a little
So-
rough. But yeah. So that's why you always check your attic.
Ooh, that was a very. What if I don't have an attic?
Everyone has an attic.
I have a roof. I should probably check that.
It's more of a
soon.
crawl space up there.
Yeah, maybe or check your basement. Basements are a lot of killers live in there too. But
Yeah, I feel like it's for whatever reason it's easier to hide behind. It's easier to hide up in an attic than it is in a basement for me personally. I feel like you're more cornered in a basement than you are in an attic.
yeah, because you could. There's always a window in an attic, or at least like
A mirror with a curtain over it that you can pull, and it scares them when they see their own reflection. They leave.
what question? Real question. What are creepier, attics or basements?
Fuck, that's hard to say because I don't think I've ever honestly had like a legitimate attic. My grandparents had an attic that's pretty creepy, but I was always really scared of my parents' basement.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. In theory, like not like based off of personal experiences, but if somebody's like, you have to walk up in
basements.
this random. I think basements are creepy.
They're darker.
They're moist.
They are darker.
They're darker. They're damper. But that's the thing.
There's wells in every basement.
See, here's the thing about basements. Here's why basements are creepy. Basements are creepy because
They're closer to hell.
there are it's dirty. There's maybe rodents down there. There's bugs down there. There's
When was the last time you pulled a string to get into a basement?
good point. I mean, yeah, good point. Usually always a door. But that's the thing. Attics are a different kind of creepy because basements are dirty, they're damp, they're mysterious. But attics are creepy because of heirlooms, old heirlooms, and
well, it's also
forgotten time.
Yes, and dusty sheets.
Exactly.
The biggest thing for me with attics is, like I was saying, with the string pulling. I'm not sure if you really caught what I was saying.
I remember you
pull it down, the thing comes down. You have to flip the weird ladder out, and then
that's a cool ladder.
It's cool, but oh, dude, like going up that ladder and doing like a whole like 360 on that ladder to see so you don't get your head taken off by something. Just like, oh, that was the worst part for me was trying to do a full check of the room because you're just a head coming out of the ground. Who knows where they're going to be?
I never had an attic, but I did have a crawl space. I also never had a basement. In California, we don't have a lot of basements or attics.
Flooding?
What? What did you just say?
For flooding?
Oh, a crawl space for flooding? What?
No, basements.
Oh, no. See, I don't even know what basements are for. That's how much I don't have a basement. So, I mean, we didn't have any of that. We had a crawl space where I had to crawl in one time, and there's bugs and, I don't know, maybe mice down there. But I think a lot in the Midwest. Shout out Minneapolis. I think we have a lot of listeners from Minneapolis. So much love Minneapolis right now. But I don't know if you guys have basements or attics. But, I mean, which one scares you more? That's a real question. Because I think they have a lot.
How about the barns that aren't connected to their house?
Ooh, barn. No, barn's not that creepy.
I had a really creepy, you could kind of call it a barn. Not really. When I lived in Idaho, I lived in this house, and we had this big, it was more of a shed, I guess. This massive wooden shed that was really creepy, and it was our landlord's shed that had a lock on it, and we couldn't go into it, and I was always like, there's bodies in there.
That's creepy for a different reason.
Yeah.
That's creepy because you can't get in it. But, like, if you own a shed is more just, like, storage, and it's, I don't know, it's like, there's this lore behind attics and basements. That's kind of weird. But, yeah, I don't know. It's really, I kind of wish I had a basement or an attic.
We should build an escape room that's just a basement and an attic.
Like, we should build an escape room where you escape the basement and you end up in the attic.
I didn't tell you this. There is an escape room on Catalina Island.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Okay, if you guys don't know, I fucking love escape rooms. I think I've done like 15 at this point.
Yeah. They're fun.
I'm pretty
I've only
good.
done 2, but
I'm pretty
really
good
like
at them at this point. I've definitely gotten out of over half of those.
Yeah.
So I'd say I got.
Oh, that first one we did, we were so close to getting out. That was awful.
So fucking close. I've gotten out of like 10 of them now, and I've probably not gotten out of like 5 of them. But they're so fucking fun. If you guys don't know what an escape room is, it's where you are locked in a room. There is a series of clues that you follow, and then you solve those clues, and you have to get out before a certain amount of time, preferably 45 minutes to an hour. So those are. They're really hot right now in many cities.
You think there's a way that we could do a podcast of us doing an escape room if we don't mention where we are or what the thing is?
I don't know. I don't know if people would want to listen to that.
Probably not.
Somebody was like, "Hey, you know, a coffin challenge. You guys should do a coffin challenge, like a."
Shit, I did the coffin challenge that one escape room we did.
Oh, you did crawl into that coffin that one time.
Yeah, it was fun.
We'll talk about that a different time, but yeah, I think that's all we got for you guys today.
That's about it.
Like we learned about Frane. We learned about what was your guy's name? It was in Hinterkaifeck, but his name was like Albert or Andres.
Well, I mean, that was the victim. We don't have a name for the actual.
No, we don't know that guy.
Killer.
Apparently, like I heard that when they tore down the house, that's when they found the matic in the attic.
Yeah, well, they tore it down like not even a week later.
Oh, really?
Yeah. As soon as they found it and they cleaned it up, they tore it down like immediately.
Damn. So. But yeah, we learned about those 2 guys, and you know, we're super glad that you guys stayed around and listened to it. We hope we helped you on your commute.
We love you.
Your commute to somewhere, your walk, or you're just like sitting at your desk and you're bored.
We want you to imagine us both giving you a kiss on the cheek at the same time.
That's weird. Naked, I meant.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, we should do not that's naked. We picture it naked. Now it's not weird anymore.
Why are you sweating?
I don't know, man. I'm sorry. But thank you guys for listening. Go to campstrange.com for any hyperlinks. Send us some comments. If you guys just want to reach out and, like, say something, like, correct us or just talk shit, like, talk shit to us. Or just, like...
Bring it on.
Say, like, we love you guys. We love that, too. Or say we love you and then talk some shit, you know? So,
But, like, nothing too mean.
Nothing too mean. David's sensitive. So check out there for all the hyperlinks. Send us your scary stories. Apple Podcast and Spotify are probably the 2 biggest ones that we are on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe, rate, review. And then we're also on Google Play and Stitcher. So check out those guys. We're hot on the apps. And check out Merch Store if you'd like. If you like some shirts coming up, we got some Christmas time coming up. Minneapolis, where you at? We know you exist.
Come on through.
We know you listening. So check us out there. And yeah, I guess that's it. David, do you have anything else to say?
No.
Oh, I love it when he shuts the fuck up. So I guess that ends it right now. And don't forget to stay strange.